There is a presence beyond our visible sight. It's a source of love and it's a source of guidance that we can tune into at any single moment. I've always felt it, and I've always lived with that unshakable sense of truth, that there is this presence beyond my visible sight. But oftentimes in the rush of our pressures in our daily lives and the busyness and all the chaos and the fears that we are met with every single day, we can get very disconnected from that presence. We can feel lost, we can get anxious and completely out of alignment and out of the flow with that spiritual power that's always within us. And in this video, I'm going to share my heartfelt offering with you. I'm going to help you come back to that spiritual connection. And I've looked back through some of my most cherished moments teaching live on stage, and I've chosen 7 spiritual lessons that serve as a map. And the through line of each of these principles is how to take responsibility for your energy, for your vibration, which is going to help you become a magnet for miracles. And I'm going to teach you how to say yes to living a divinely guided life. This is a deep and transformative journey that we're going to go on. So I want you to take a deep breath and open your heart and just set an intention for what you're about to learn. Maybe you have a desire that you want to give away. Maybe you have a fear that you want to transform. Turn it over right now and just allow yourself to be guided. And stick around to the end because these lessons build upon the next and they get really good. It starts with our first lesson. Your dreams are meant for you. Your dreams would not be planted in your life if they were not meant for you. Anything that feels like it's blocking you is just an ego belief. It's a protection that you can forgive in this moment and you can relax into and you can heal. And as you remember that your real purpose here, my friends, the real light within you that is meant to come through is to be an energy of joy and light and love and service and an energy of faith and an energy of hope and an energy of optimism. And no matter what blocks you along the way, nothing can puncture that truth that is inside of you because that truth is the self that is you. That truth, the self that is you, is a pure and limitless energy. So if we're all born with this powerful inner light, why do we often feel so blocked? And this brings us to our next major lesson, understanding the true root of your disconnection. We don't know we lost our connection. We're walking around thinking, I'm keeping everything in control. Everything is in a tight little box. And as long as I can keep it this way, then I'm okay. But we don't realize that nothing's okay, because as long as we're disconnected from the alignment of the universe, then we are never going to feel safe. We have forgotten that the reason we feel so unsafe and the reason we feel so disconnected and the reason we feel so alone and the reason we feel so uncomfortable and emotionally disturbed and out of control and in a lack mentality and afraid of the world and angry at the smallest thing is because we are out of alignment with the universe, and we forgot. Our problem is that we detoured into fear. The solution is to remember the presence of the light of who we are. The solution is to return to love. Returning to love, that is the solution. This brings us to our next major lesson, which lies in the subtle and often unconscious stories that we tell ourselves every single day. We have to tend to the beliefs that live inside of us, the beliefs that block us from our true power. The beliefs that we carry that block us are the only reason we are not manifesting our desires. Because when we change the way we think and the way we feel and the way we believe, our energy begins to shift. And in that shift, we become super attractors and we begin to experience the wild synchronicities of the universe. It all comes down to energy. When you shift your beliefs, you shift your energy. And this leads us to our next powerful lesson from the stage. When you consciously choose to cultivate a high vibe state, the universe has no choice but to respond. This is your profound responsibility. The universe responds to your energy. And so are you going to take responsibility for your energy? Are you going to be in a vibration that is high? You all have that in you. And that energy is what magnetizes more and more and more of what you truly desire into your life. So how do we practice this in our real world when we're having a really hard day or we're stuck in traffic or we lost our job? Our next lesson is a very powerful tool. This is to stop seeing the world as a series of obstacles and start seeing the world as our classroom. The world is our classroom and people are our assignments. So when we are in the day-to-day world, our triggers are on high alert. Our protection mechanisms are really ready to fight back. And every moment is an opportunity to have a shift in perception, and that shift in perception is a miracle. So if you start to experience your world by saying, okay, what will I learn from this? What miracles would you have me perform today? What shifts can I create today? It allows you to go through the day-to-day experiences with a different mindset. I once was in an audience in England, and this young woman got up and she says, Gabby, do you live in the light all the time? And I was like, hell no. But I come back fast. I come back fast. That's the practice. Come back fast. It's not about perfection. It's about returning to the light quickly. But what happens during those really difficult moments in life when we have a diagnosis or a loss? For that, our next lesson is about our need and the requirement for radical, unwavering faith. The universe isn't always going to give you what you think you want, but it's always going to give you what you need. So borrow my faith tonight. Hope, love, and faith. And trust me when I tell you that the more you commit to these principles, to these tools, to these practices, the more that faith becomes real. And it holds you in the fire. It holds you in the loss. It holds you in the diagnosis. It holds you in the divorce. It holds you in the breakdown. And that faith holds you, and you know that when these wounds show up, that it is the faith that brings the light to you. That faith brings the light to you. And that brings us to our final empowering lesson. When you align with your inner truth, clean up your beliefs, and take responsibility for your energy, you activate this guiding force inside of you. You become an active participant in the healing of the world. Say yes to being part of the solution rather than the problem, to saying yes to feeling good. You have energy that is vibrant and alive and magnetic and joyful and calm and present and at ease. And that you live a divinely guided life, that you live a life where you can listen and you can be guided and you can hear, and that you be part of the healing solution that is required now. You have a job, and I hope you accept it. Your job is to feel good. Your job is to shine your light. Your job is to say yes to the guidance that is always available to you. And I want to just thank you so much for joining me and reliving these powerful moments. And I love the energy of the audience live. And I love that that energy can still come through the screen for you today. And I want you to remember, you don't have to struggle. You can relax into the flow and become a magnet for miracles. And to help you do that, I created a 10-minute magnetic energy meditation. And you can listen to it for free at deargabby.com/magnetic. I've also added the link to the description. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments which of these 7 lessons hit home the most for you. And your shares and hypes create this miraculous energy behind these videos. Thank you for being part of this community and spreading the message and just leaving your comments and just engaging with me here, because I want to hear from you and I want to respond to you personally. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe for more weekly guidance. And I also just want to send you a tremendous amount of love and gratitude for being part of this channel and part of this show. I just love you. I'm proud of you for showing up every week, and stick around for the miracles. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.